Welcome to very good morning hours and Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Another big morning, another great morning, another big edition of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I say, giving exactly what has gone on in the last few hours in the world of football. And lots of things to talk about, a whole lot of stuff to talk about. Of course, so you're new to the channel, thank you very much for joining us. I say subscribe to the channel. I think they subscribe button Mr. Mami. We choose all our home cinema. Anytime there content about we're the first person to enjoy the content now. I say in a BB and come on. I mean, don't hesitate. Yeah, so I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have been sharing the content also to other people to enjoy the analysis now. I say of course, we're investors, so I will go again after a not so good Sunday, we go back again. Or Liverpool now, final day of the season, it's all share against Crystal Palace. Liverpool could not win against Crystal Palace. I mean, I don't understand how that happened. Crystal Palace team, I watch FA Cup, I want a lot of wine, champagne, still Liverpool could not beat them. I was so disappointed in them. But we'll go again. It's in the quotes, so I say already or the description of the video below, like we do over here. I mean, we don't go on a losing streak. If it doesn't go well for us yesterday, the next day it goes on. That one, it is constant. So I say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Go into the description of the video below. Go and pick up the codes now. If I could show you our Betway code, Betway app, and then of course give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance at winning something. Or I say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And Spanish La Liga no by one end. Madrid, Barcelona for one. And Barcelona a very professional job winning away from home against Athletic Club de Bilbao. Very good one from everybody on the team, of course. And then Oko in front of Mundo Deportivo. Mundo is hailing Barca for an excellent end of the season. Of course, that is with sport actually. Said Barca for Jumano against my friend Athletic Club de Bilbao at the San Mamés away from home. A very important one for team my friend FC Barcelona. Goals from my branch friend Robert Lewandowski. I mean, I didn't know if Lewandowski thought say he could close in the gap and then win the Pichichi from Kylian Mbappe there, but and it wasn't going to happen. There was 2 goals over there from Robert Lewandowski. The final league table by Barcelona with 88 points, Real Madrid 84 points, Athletic Club de Bilbao 76 points, Athletic Club 70 points. That is the top 4 in Champions League qualification for the Spanish La Liga. And Lewandowski share goals on the day. So we played very well in the first half, and in the second half we also had control over there. So I feel a little bit sad that I couldn't win the Pichichi award. I struggled a bit to return to my best shape after the injury. But that's normal. That's what Lewandowski, I mean, would have loved to win the Pichichi. I mean, Pichichi, the Spanish highest scorer, not the Spanish La Liga. It was been won by Branche Friend Kylian Mbappe. I think with about 5 goals clear. What about the first season? But that's why it's very monumental for Branche Friend Kylian and Mbappe. This season was nearly perfect, but that's football. We go again next season. And I'll say the most important thing is that we won the league. Retirement is a moment that every footballer should enjoy. What can I say? Every player wants to give 100%, and I think this was a very good moment for DeMarcus. And or retired. The likes of Pedri, Hansi Flake, and everybody came to speak, and all of them are saying that it has been a very good season. I think it's been a perfect season for Barcelona, given where they've come from throughout the season, the kind of football that they've played, how things have happened for team and friend Barcelona. You give them a lot of credit for team and friend FC Barcelona. And Rafinha, at the end of the Spanish La Liga season, actually 18 goals and 11 assists over there, making a 29 goal contributions over Spanish La Liga. I mean, he's the only player with double figures and goals and assists in the La Liga this season. The kind of goals and assists, people what double goals, double assists, yeah. Then it's a brand here, your friend Rafinha. I mean, top performance from Brighton friend Rafinha. I think in the Spanish La Liga, he has been Barca's most consistent performer. Again, when you go away to go and play in the Champions League, he has been Barca's most consistent performer, and that's what I've said several times. And for me, if there is any Champions League conversation from anybody or share the red and blue of the Blaugrana there, then it has to be a Brighton friend Rafinha, of course, the young boy from Barcelona. So the traveling Barcelona fans were chanting, Nico is a cooler to the Athletic Club fans or the San Mamén or Horman. They tried to make Athletic fans for doing so, Charlie. Almost they get a Bentia, your friend Nico Williams from Team My Friend Athletic Club and I think there was a professional performance and Barca for hoping say they can go on with it and then do some more professional performances over there for themselves and send them a PBR and of course Barca have been super this season with the games that they've been playing Jules Koundé and Ranon Monaco. Juan Garcia's agent and Barca have a good relationship, according to Fabrizio Romano. Barca for one have said they don't need a new goalkeeper, but it looks as if one year now Barca will jump into the conversation about a brand new friend Juan Garcia or Daniel Mo the final goal in the car my team my friend FC Barcelona. See how things are going to go on from there. I mean, the rumors don't keep on coming about Barcelona and their brand new friend Juan Garcia. We'll see if it's going to still light up there. Generally, Barca for officially finished the Spanish La Liga season. We'll see how things are going to go on. Barca for official season and they are Chelsea. I mean, a lot of the conversation around everything around FC Barcelona was very, very important. On the part of Abrentia, team friend FC Real Madrid, after their game on Saturday, everybody departed. It is the new coach, our friend Xabi Alonso. And then the era no starting Xabi Alonso era no starting for Abrentia friend Xabi Alonso, the coach of FC Real Madrid. But of course, Vinicius Jr. fly out of Santiago, out of Madrid to go to Rio de Janeiro on the Chrome to go and prepare himself. Of course, Madrid players know we're out and about. Abrentia friend Trent Alexander-Arnold, they're prepared to come and join the teammates. Madrid crew to look for a place to stay, to find where he's going to do his things with team and friend FC Real Madrid. I mean, a very, very important summer for Abrentia, your friend Trent Alexander-Arnold. In terms of transfers, what we are hearing and is Chelsea advancing talks with Abrentia, your friend Moises Caicedo, Chelsea for say. I mean, this season, the first time since Frank James Lampard, I think in the 2014 season or so, one Chelsea player about every minute of the English Premier League season, and that's Abrentia friend Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo, ever present for Chelsea, about every game that was Chelsea this season consistently. My brand friend Moises Caicedo has been playing, and that is why Chelsea for has started so many didn't come up. In fact, the plan is that Chelsea will meet his agent in the next coming days and will discuss with him. So make Chelsea thought Bolly must say for them the contract some of the boys they sign a long-term contract and they are the performance-based contract. If you're a consistent performer and you perform well, they will enhance your revenue for you with salary and bonuses and signing man, they will enhance it for you. And that is what Abrentia friend Moises Caicedo Chelsea for me in common. The brief reads this: Chelsea will advance in talks to extend Moises Caicedo's contract in the next month. Plan since March is to open negotiations over a new deal for the midfielder that will happen in the coming months, as Chelsea see Caicedo as a world-class midfielder. So after last season, Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, the next person about Moises Caicedo, and right after that, I'm very certain Zebe Abrentia, your friend Enzo Fernandez, that will also go in. And then go and get a job done. Chelsea for America said Charlie, since that Denmark for be good Chelsea shirts anymore. I mean, there's nothing like Ross's everything seems to be going on well. Everything seems to be going on well. In terms of how Chelsea for I've been playing well since Denmark for I mean, everything seems to be going on in terms of how Chelsea have been playing. And Enzo Fernandez, after Moises Caicedo deal on Enzo Fernandez's deal will come through over there for Chelsea Football Club. So they can also keep their player over there for a very, very long time. Chelsea for after qualifying for the Champions League, what it means now is that, and then they are going to be preparing aggressively and start meeting people. I told you the last time, said immediately a confirmed say Chelsea for will play in the Champions League. The target will shift to a lot of first choice players, and because there's going to be revenue, because there's going to be the clout, because there's going to be the ability to get these players to come in, and that is why players beat Victor Osimhen. I won't be shocked so Osimhen comes onto the radar aggressively. Chelsea for will approach Osimhen aggressively. They will approach a left wing aggressively. In fact, they will radically try and make sure say on the augmented team. Already Andre Santos returning to the team. And then my brand players don't jubilate or dressing room. One Andre Santos reply was here, and Romeo Lavio catch and say, "Charlie, see you soon, brother. We'll be back and play together." And I've said it several times. Andre Santos is going to be integral to how Chelsea play with Barca and Fiifi, together with Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and the other branch of Dario Sugo. Midfield, solidity of 4 players who can always come in, depending on how Enzo Maresca wants to play on and off the ball, to be important for them. Something that's going to be very, very important, which is a very, very important one over there for Chelsea for them. And their plan to stay in and qualify for the champions, to beef up on the squad, right? And now I saw a lot of people say something, and I think that most of them I do agree. In fact, Oshe, one thing about Chelsea, the kind of style they played, and now second half now, we said Josh Candy was describing it as a fact, say that is probably Chelsea doing an away performance or Champions League in them. And if you look at how the game panned out now, that's the kind of performance that you need in the Champions League, where you have to start off short, make sure say things will go on well, and say I'm not a data merchant, but there are some pretty solid foundations for Enzo Maresca to build a Chelsea season on. We're near very top on the chart for big chances created and also missed, which shows how important this window is. Of course, I think there's also sad data now of how Chelsea created the most chances, second behind Liverpool, and also missed the most of the chances. It tells you one thing, and it's simple. If you want to go with it, that means that you are bringing in somebody who is prolific enough to convert chances. I mean, the chances in the bar, or waiting your share with him one, just to make sure say the BBI come on, and in terms of how things are going to go, which is important. Since we still go UCL, I think say Nicholas Jackson will still be there. I mean, Nicholas Jackson there, he was never going to leave Chelsea. I think say he's going to be there and have a conversation. Chelsea fan will keep a brighter friend Nicholas Jackson because an important player over there. Word also for Bernardo Cueva held con when he was appointed, but our set piece defending hasn't been good, haven't been this good in years. I think say now also you could see so last season Chelsea for appointed coach be a friend of Bernardo Cueva from Brentford. I'm from the tactical statistician. Chelsea for Kofa, a branch friend Bernardo Cueva by in fact, at the later part of this season, we've seen our set piece really, really develop. And I won't be surprised that Sa plan to put in Tosin and Bio ahead of our branch friend Trevor Chalobah to deal with the aerial threat of our branch friend Chris Wood, more Melankovic money, and came from Bernardo Cueva. I mean, whose set piece development on Chelsea, you can tell the Chelsea set piece development has been getting better in the last few days, in the last few months. So you would think they just won a trophy. I've just seen my team struggle to hit 40 points less than 2 years ago. I've seen my team win it all, and I could not care how these guys celebrate. People thought we were gone when Roman Abramovich left, obviously. Of course, we don't care. Chelsea fans do not care about how people think they are feeling or they are saying on celebrations related to Suma. Such a crucial moment in Chelsea's project, and I think so too. I think that in terms of Chelsea projects, this is the most important step of Chelsea projects. And 2 days ago, I was explaining it with what we call in biochemistry the rate determining step. In terms of every reaction, there's always one step ahead of the rate determining step. The singular most important step. I mean, at this point in time, I want enzymes known bad to speed up the rate of the reaction and stadium. And I think yesterday's game was a rate determining step in terms of growth, in terms of maturity for Chelsea for playing in a game where they had to win. I mean, 2 seasons ago, when I got from the £1 billion bottle jobs or Wembley for losing out to a Liverpool team that is largely experienced as compared to them, and they had to come up. Nobody gave them a chance going away to go and play against Nottingham Forest. City ground. People say the City ground is dreaded. That was a super, super matured performance from Enzo Maresca and Mantiano. And they did exactly what was asked of them. Go in there, get a win, forget about everybody. And it was such a crucial moment in Chelsea project. It's been a challenging time for a young squad, and they have made it through to achieve a vital objective of the season. Players should be up for it against Real Betis in the next few days. I think that is exactly how Chelsea should go into that game. Against Real Betis, Chelsea for should be aggressive. I think that they can beat Real Betis. I think Chelsea beat Real Betis outside game and then qualify. 24 years and then 36 days. The average age of Chelsea's starting 11 in the Premier League this season was 24 years and 36 days. The youngest ever by a team in a single campaign in the competition. Kids. Of course, everybody call them kids. Blue billion-pound bottle jobs. Am I right? Gary Neville, unbelievable squad with huge potential. Bring on the CEO. The sky is the limit, obviously. I think so too. Definitely. They are going to come back with a lot of Champions League. I think that they'll be able to compete. When judging Maresca and Chelsea's season, I've previously discussed about a tactical contest within which you must be evaluated, meaning there is bound to be an adaptation period as the players shift from a more transitional approach to a settled and patient method. So the frustrations of Chelsea not being as ruthless in games or not finding the balance between knowing when to push and when to hold back, we are understandable from a fan's perspective, but Maresca should be given some leeway. However, what I've not put too much emphasis on, at least recently, has been the fact that Chelsea have the youngest squad in the PL. It was briefly mentioned, but not given as much importance as it should have. It has been people have wanted to criticize the board and then the strategy. However, as for this season, Maresca has achieved top 4 with the youngest squad in a PL season ever. That's massive. Maresca's references this in his post-match interview as well, talking about, say, Charlie, this is the youngest squad ever in the Premier League season. But there you have it. They have been able to get Champions League football just in one season. And that's some very, very good stuff. ESPN continued not accepting their L and saying we scrapped it. And then Maresca should cool his just having to go on a journalist. Of course, Maresca will not care. Maresca catch you as a catch on say F off. Catch you. He didn't care. So Maza F off. You people wrote us off. Today we've gotten a job done. And Maresca told everybody, I think that it has been a super season, giving everything that Chelsea wanted to do, the kind of football that Chelsea wanted to play, the targets and that Chelsea wanted to get. It has been a very, very good run. For the positive side, of course, for Chelsea, Alvaro Carreras will be the last defensive signing of the summer for Real Madrid. Madrid are close to finalizing that deal for Brentford and Alvaro Carreras. Madrid would want to finish up with on my last defensive signing, and then later on they'll bring in some more quality into our team and make sure that everything is fine over there for themselves. The next one, another big win, Chelsea for HAC against Tima your friend FC Real Betis, an important one that Chelsea are chasing, so they can get another very, very big one, then they can go on into the season and make sure that everything is fine over there. Chelsea need a physical striker, goal scoring starting caliber left winger, recovery making centre back, 3 profiles, and I think they will compete. Petrovic become the starter next season. I think so too. Then a couple of depth options as well. I think very, very true. Petrovic, given the training he has had at Strasbourg, has to become Chelsea #1 next season. Then a physical striker. That's why for me, I think it's important. Say Chelsea for Whitman, you'll be our Brentford friend Victor Osimhen. The left wing is about goals. Chelsea for Whitman consistent goals from left wing on, and then centre back with Whitman and recovery. A lot of recovery. Say Chelsea Lusubona, he can work and then bring the ball back on him. In terms of the kind of play that Chelsea wants to play, it's important that Chelsea goes in and gets the job that take me to the promised land. Of course, we'll talk about Caicedo, the kind of football that he has been playing. He has been brilliant. And now, at some point in time, I thought ball in regimes, Mekoko again, I'm James the cast match and say Charlie, be away fine. Yeah, Juman, my show cry, we be away, come on. And that's exactly and now when team was celebrating now a branch friend Mihailo Modric, Mawasi one or chanting or supporting team is actually my idea. Of course, we would have loved to see Mihailo Modric down there to see how things have gone on. After a very good season, we didn't see how things best of all. William Almeida de Oliveira Gonzalez, he will change my life. 32 appearances for Noni Madueke, 35 for Pedro Lumba Neto, 7 goals for Noni, 4 goals for Pedro, 3 assists for Noni, 6 for Pedro. We need better wingers. I won't forget what Marco Correa has done for us. I mean, super season for our branch friend Marco Correa in the season that he has had now. Very important. Enzo Maresca and Chelsea's young squad getting it over the line. So no, he didn't have any doubt, not a single doubt for Chelsea, and that's why everybody's seeing that Maresca has brought Chelsea back to the very top, very top. Given how and what Chelsea wanted to do, Chelsea have brought team and friend Enzo Maresca has brought Chelsea back to the very top. But we are hearing that Manchester United have finalized the deal. I mean, what the verbal agreement that branch friend Matthias Cunha for £62.5 million release clause for Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mean, actually, this is going to be a good deal. It's a matter of time. We'll see how that goes on. Who deserves La Liga Player of the Season, Pedri or Lamine Yamal? I don't know why people keep on mentioning these things without properly mentioning the name of Rafinha or but then again, I mean, it's okay. People have their own opinions with a shocking half. Of course, good football over there from Chelsea for in making sure that we be fine. We'll see how things will go on Fiifi-Manfred on which, of course, I'll be back with some more conversation, or I say, in terms of the analysis, the conversation, and everything. Later in the day, the next few hours, we'll bring you some more, and then subsequently, we have some more for you. Fiifi-Manfred on which. See you. Bye bye.